Hey guys, so continuing on with my video series of my time and travels in Mumbai, and this video is about day two. So day one was the whole welcome to Mumbai, here's a cake, here's some lime juice. Day two was more of the okay, let's start to get acclimated. This is how things are going to be going forward, and it's again for me started off very weird. So we agreed that at 8 in the morning I was going to have somebody what I understood as deliver me breakfast, and part of the rent here. And then I was at 8:30 going to meet with a driver that they had scheduled to take me from work to home, so that I didn't have to walk or worry about a cab or anything of that nature. They'd be here to pick me up, ready to go and take off. So you kind of got the baseline. The day's going to start at 8 o'clock, and by 8:30 is driver, by 9 o'clock work. No problem. So I get up at 7:30, iron a shirt, try to get everything looking semi-professional, and take my shower, get dressed, I'm ready to go. I'm waiting, and the doorbell rings. I'm like, oh, this is the guy bringing me breakfast. Two dudes show up. Both were here on day one, the first day, introducing themselves. One is the son and kind of the maintenance guy of this apartment, and the other is apparently my cook and my butler. Again, they walk in the street clothes. Hi, how are you, sir? How are you? The guy that was to bring my breakfast is actually the cook, and he has a handful of groceries with him. And I'm like, huh, is this dude gonna break camp in my apartment and cook? And sure shit, yeah, he was. So he rushes the kitchen, and all of a sudden you hear pots and pans banging, and he's cooking up the stove and smell eggs. I'm like, hey, I'm getting breakfast. The other guy's casing the joint essentially, and asking me how things were, and just trying to be very polite and helpful, and check things out and make sure I've got everything working, and ask me if I got the water working and the lights and the fans and the air and the TV, and just blah 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, it's too early for this shit, right? So I'm trying to be polite and answers questions. So I sit on the couch, I'm waiting for breakfast. He brings me a paper, and apparently the paper's delivered every morning, so he wanted to inform me that, and that's great. All of a sudden, dude's like yelling. He's like, sir, you sit here, eat, sir, eat. Okay, man, I'm coming to eat. Cool, no big deal. Like, chill out. It's cool. So I sit down, and they're fully serving everything up. Eggs are in a bowl with a spoon, and I got my own plate, and the toast is on its own plate, and there's a little metal container with butter, and they put mixed jam jellies and the cereal, Frosted Flakes, strawberry Frosted Flakes, which, as a quick side note to those of you in America that love your Frosted Flakes or your Special K with strawberries, the little freeze-dried ones, no, that's not how they do it here. It's Special K, but it's coated with strawberry powder, and when you add milk, it actually turns it into Nesquik. And I'm fairly confident we probably partner at this point with Nestle, and we use their Nesquik powder just to coat our cornflakes, and you eat it, and now you've got a bowl of strawberry flavored milk and cornflakes. Weird, but not totally. I mean, tasted great actually, and nope, cool, right? So okay, eat my cornflakes, and I'm hungry as hell. I didn't eat Monday night. Passed out, didn't actually go have dinner. I had a bag of combos while I was waiting for the water to heat up, and so hungry as hell. I smashed the cornflakes, and I'm smashing through the eggs, and the guy's freaking out. Oh my god, you want more cornflakes? You want more eggs? No, dude, no. Like, we gotta roll. Like, 8:30's coming around the corner, and I just want to eat. Start eating the bread. Okay, put some toast on it. Great. Or put some butter on it. Great. Go to open the jelly, and I see the little ants running around the jelly. Like, nah, don't need jelly. We're good. Butter's fine. It's in its own container. It's sealed. We're cool. Butter my toast. Eat my toast. Guy comes running out from the kitchen, collects everything, rushes in there, and starts washing it, and he's starting to butler the place up. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Right. So, not used to this, man. Like, for me, this is fucking weird. Like, I guess this is what it's like to be rich and have a butler and service and shit like that, but not when you're, at least in my mind, again, coming from where we do in America, where this would kind of be considered a really broke-ass apartment. This is kind of high-end for them, and even more so, like I said, I have a driver and a butler and a guy that brings me my paper in the morning, and I never seen Slumdog Millionaire, but that's what I'm going to call it. It feels like Slumdog Millionaire because it feels like I'm living in the hood, but you have all these amenities at this point. So definitely unique. Driver shows up, no big deal. Take off, go to the office. Drops me off, do my thing. And day 2 is a little slow. Trying to get acclimated again to the office and get used to having an office boy that brings me coffee and picks up my dirty dishes, and because they don't do anything like disposable here. Everything's very, for the most part, recyclable, very sustainable, because again, they don't have a lot of money here, so just to throw things away and to buy new things just doesn't happen. So the office boy picks up your coffee cups and he cleans them and washes them. They're communal, and they got a whole kitchen area where they clean them and put it out. And if you bring your own food, they clean your containers for you and they leave it for you to pick up by the end of the night. Same thing with your drink containers and your lunch, and totally different atmosphere. But the problem was, like, day 2, I started to freak out a little bit. I actually had quite a bit of a panic attack on day 2. I realized that I didn't take a lot of money out of the ATM on day 1, and I took enough probably to survive. I took about $100 out, but over the course of the 2 days that I'd basically been there, between tips and actually taking myself out and getting a little shopping done, I blew through a lot of my small bills, and I was told that don't use big bills on anything you're doing in local, because unless it's a big chain restaurant, big chain, they're not going to be able to give you change. So if you take a taxi ride that's only 61 rupees and all you have is a $500 rupee bill, you're not getting change. You're going to be out 400 some odd rupees for a taxi ride. So I started freaking out a little bit because all I had were big bills left on me, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't eat Indian food here, and I couldn't for the life of me get anything ordered online because I don't have a local number, and I had no idea where the hell I was really at for the office. So I was like, well, I'll just use my corporate credit card, and I'll get Uber, because, you know, let's get Uber, put your credit card on file and send you a guy, and cool. So get a profile set up, get my credit card on file. It says it accepted it, cool. Get me a guy lined up. I'm like, I'm gonna run down the road. I'm going to Pizza Hut or KFC or something. I can use my credit card there. Uber won't take my credit card. None of the cards that I have on me, it will accept. It says that Uber India doesn't accept credit cards. So I'm starting to panic. I don't know how to get the hell out of here. I've got too many big bills to give me an actual decent cab ride, and my ATM card's not working on Uber as well. So I'm freaking out. I'm used to being able to just whip out my plastic and do whatever the hell I want, because in America, plastic is king. I mean, no one carries cash in the U.S. and here, no one uses credit cards. It's not a thing. So I start to really freaking panic, and boss is like, "Oh, did you order lunch?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I ordered lunch. Sure. No, I haven't eaten, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to today. Pocket full of cash and don't know if you're going to eat. It's kind of weird." So bust ass out of the office, and I look for where the biggest crowd's going, and I kind of follow them. And I walk like 4 blocks down the road, about quarter of a mile, and I start seeing like shops and stuff. I'm like, cool. Keep walking. All of a sudden, boom, I find the main drag, at least for this part of town. And I find KFC and Chili's, and I'm like, great, I'm going to eat. Roll into KFC. Oh, lunch is cheap, couple hundred rupees, no big deal. Cool. Order my lunch, don't even think about using my credit card. Whip out the cash, buy lunch, and not realizing that everything here is either meat or vegetarian, and the meat is pretty much all chicken. It's chicken or lamb, and not realizing that KFC doesn't serves a veggie option. I ordered this like double cruncher sandwich and a Coke and some fries, and I get it and I bite into it and I'm like, wow, this is really unique, right? I'm like, this is the crispy chicken here is kind of bland and really light, and I look at it and I realize it's not chicken. It's hash brown patties like you get from McDonald's with the McDonald's morning breakfast, the little patty of hash brown. And apparently here in India, that's their vegetarian dish. At KFC, you get a hash brown sandwich with spicy mayo. And okay, so I eat my hash brown sandwich, and I have my fries, and the ketchup here is really thick, very vinegary. It's good. It's not as sweet as in the U.S., but eat my fries, drink my Pepsi, and add my sandwich, take off, bust ass back to the office, totally forget to try to hit the ATM. So I'm like, shit. As I'm walking back to the office, I see like 3 ATMs, try them, every single one of them declining my card. Won't take it to save my life. I'm like, screw it, I'll deal with this later when I get home. I gotta get back to the office. Get back to the office, finish my day out. Kind of boring, didn't do a lot. But spent the whole afternoon gathering international numbers for MasterCard and Fifth Third, and start calling them up like, look, what the hell's going on with my ATM cards? What's going on with my business card? Why can't I use this stuff? Why can't I use Uber? And find out that Uber basically had this big downfall with Indian Pay credit card payment processing, and it seems to be up and down, and how they're working things out with them. So I pretty much can't use Uber, which is fine. Found out that my ATM card basically isn't really supported on any banks except for Citibank. So luckily I've been able to find a couple of those ATMs and get some cash. I took a taxi to the mall and I overpaid. Again, I didn't have any smaller bills with me. So I paid 500 rupees for the first taxi ride, and get to the mall, get some food, had TGI Fridays, paid my corporate card, found an ATM that would take my card, found a grocery store, got me some, essentials that I needed here, got me some cash. I'm feeling great. Go to get home, and okay, I don't know where I live. Cool. Luckily, my phone data is finally working. Pull up the address, show it to a cabbie. Dude's not taking it. Peace out, American. Rolls. Talk to the next guy. Nope, not going there. Takes off, leaves me. Third cabbie, and I'm like, man, I got to do something. I've got to get back to the apartment. GPS is telling me it's like an hour and a half walk. Like, this is ridiculous. So I'm like, screw it. This country runs on cash. Let's see what cash can buy me. Grab a handful of small bills, a couple hundreds, start waving around. Boop, boop, boop. Taxis start lining up. This is where I need to go. Hand the guy my phone. Like, look, you can read English. Here's the phone. Here's the address. Dude's like, yeah, but 100 rupees, no matter what meters say. Dude, get me back home. Dude, bust ass cross town, takes us like 30 minutes in traffic to get here. I'm just happy to be back, man. I mean, 200 rupees is like $3.50 American. I just give the guy the full 200, like, thank you. Guy almost jumps out of the rickshaw and hugs me. I mean, he was like, he had no idea that I was going to pay him that much to take me somewhere, but I was just happy truly to be back in my apartment, and I wasn't sleeping on the street with all the wild dogs and the garbage. So that was day 2. Day 2 was a panic attack. Tomorrow, or for day 3, I'll tell you how that went, and give you some feelings now that I've actually been able to explore this area of what I'm seeing and how things are here. So follow me, tag me, favorite my page, send it out to your friends, let them get a laugh at some of the shit that's going to happen to me, because I'm sure if it's anything like it's been so far, this is going to be a crazy ass ride. So follow me on Facebook, and I'll see you guys in the next video.